Welcome back to the Breakfast Club with me, Fabian Narcis, and of course, joining us today, this morning, is the chairman of My Harapan, Encik Roslan Bakri Zakaria. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Taking your time off your busy schedule. Now, I was told My Harapan is doing a lot of good deeds, but can you actually tell us about My Harapan and also your vision and mission?
It's really very simple. The vision that we have for My Harapan is whatever we can do to help our youth, our younger generation, to help bring value to the society. It's almost as simple as that.
Okay.
So that value can come in many forms, whether it's education to the underprivileged, educating a man how to be more efficient in being a fisherman, or even building houses for the indigenous Malaysians. It ranges in a lot of areas, as long as these youth groups and youth leaders are bringing value to the society.
So you're talking about different projects, right? You have various projects. Can you give us an example about one particular project that you're actually working on right now?
Well, one of them is up north. It's a project called Youth Jam. It's led by this lady by the name of Jazz.
Okay.
She's based in Penang.
Oh.
And what happened? Very awesome name, Jazz. So what happens is that for the last 2 years, she's organized this event called Youth Jam.
Okay.
And in Youth Jam in 2009, she brought in about 10,000 youth from the Penang area.
Wow.
And last year, about 38,000 youth registered to come to the event to celebrate Merdeka.
Ooh,
so this year, they're targeting a lot more. So what they do is they look at a lot of several smaller activities within Youth Jam, and from photography to corners, speakers corner, to dancing and the whole works last year. But this year they've expanded. Instead of just 2 days, they're looking at 3 months worth of an activity where they bring how to use social networks to the rural poor, to the underprivileged, and about how to manage financial from a youth point of view.
I see.
So they've expanded. This is one of the major projects that we are supporting this year.
Right. We're talking about you guys supporting projects and working on projects. There's definitely some funds involved. Who are the people that are actually providing these funds?
Okay, we have a small fund that we've put aside for the youth, which we haven't launched yet. We're going to launch it pretty soon. But it's to help them to bring value to the society again. Okay. So it's like a startup fund. It's like a pre-seed fund. We're looking at between 5,000 to 15,000 per project.
Per project.
It's a grant.
That's not really a lot, right?
It's not a lot, but when you look at the things that they do now, with maybe 1,000 to 2,000 ringgit in their pocket, the amount of reach they have to the people, to the society, is tremendous. So from 5,000 to 15,000 is quite a lot of money.
Right. So, just to diverse a bit, photography, you said earlier, what kind of projects are you talking about? Are you teaching them photography? Are you teaching them how to use the basic cameras or what?
No, that they've got covered. So most of the bloggers that I know, for example, in Penang, they do also photoblogger.
Oh,
something like that, you know.
They have groups.
They have groups. They have their own group in Penang. So they take photographies and they put a storyline using pictures in their blogs.
Right.
And they themselves self-teach. So what I bring in is that if they want to do a workshop, then to bring them knowledge on how to do this workship or to do this event. So event management workshops. How do you manage media? How do you pitch for funding and sponsors?
I see. Oh, you literally helping them to grow.
When people say you want to empower the youth, you want to empower them with knowledge as well. Money is just a small problem. Once you get the money, you get bigger problems, right? Money is not. Yeah. So we try to help them to pitch, to get them to be knowledgeable about how to pitch, how to present, how to package their product, so that they can go and pitch for funding.
All right. We're talking about how, let's say, for example, if I have a perfect idea, if I want to build, say, something like a group, maybe not a photography group, but some group that will make a change to Malaysians' life. How do I actually go and approach you guys to do it?
Normally, a lot of the youth would come and pitch an idea. They would have a basic proposal, what they want to do and how they want to do it, what kind of impact they want to have. But what we bring to the picture normally with the proposal that we've seen is how do you scale? Let's say your idea is going to serve Kuala Kubu Baru. But unfortunately, the problem that you're going to address, for example, the Rumah Orang Asli, the indigenous houses, the problem is not just in Kuala Kubu Baru. So I'll ask you tough questions like how many Rumah Orang Aslis are there in the country? What are their conditions? How do you plan to grow from just Kuala Kubu Baru to other states in the country? So you need to show to me how you want to scale, then I can see how I can help you.
All right. How do we actually get involved in My Harapan?
It's actually very simple. Via Twitter, via Facebook, you just come to our website.
Social network, huh?
Social network.
Okay, speaking about social network, right? Social network is a place where people market a lot of their services, this and that, and it's also a place for gathering. How do you see My Harapan incorporating your help into this young youth?
There's such thing as young youth. That's right.
They are. You see, they are youth. Like they are youth that are in 30s, they are youth in 20s.
Oh, we target only up to 30, 50 to 30 years old.
There you go.
Yeah, only up to that. We wanted to follow up to 25, the United Nations definition.
Okay.
But a lot of the youth groups that we spoke to in incorporating the foundation said that they wanted us to extend it to 30 because they wanted to contribute when they get to work as a volunteer.
All right.
So your question was, how do I help people in the social network?
Yes, how do you grow, your wings to the? How do you reach to them via the social network? Because sometimes not many people are genuine in social network, right? Yeah. For you, I know for you to come over here, there's a lot of credibility in where you came from, MDEC to be exact. But how do you reach to people and tell them that, look, we're willing to help, man? Yeah?
Fundamentally, the social network. Social media wasn't the primary. It is still. How are you? It is still that you need to have that face-to-face, and the social network becomes a medium to try and facilitate.
I see.
So a lot of the youth, even the unyouth or youth plus as we call it, they will use the social media to ask questions and ask for advice.
Okay. Any upcoming events in Kuala Lumpur?
Yes, there is actually. We have one that we're working with a group called Isaac. Have you heard of Isaac?
Yes. right?
They're from a lot of other universities as well.
Okay.
So we're working with them to do what we call a youth nation.
Okay.
So a few thousand youth will apply for this event, and Isaac and us will filter to 500 hardcore youth that's doing projects, and from the 500 we'll filter down to 20 to do pitching to corporates and GLCs. So we're calling it the Power of Why.
Okay.
The Power of Youth. And then that's going to happen in the end of May.
Okay.
And the other major project we're doing is called Livable Spaces, is to address the urban poor in our area.
Are you actually guiding youth to becoming an entrepreneur in the end of the day?
Entrepreneurial traits is just one of the things that you need to be able to run your movement or activity.
Right.
Entrepreneur in general is about how do you sustain, how do you grow, how do you scale, how do you bring value to the client. Because they know the clients are your society.
Yeah, they're paying in money in the end of the day as well, right?
So it's for profit or non-profit. So either way, you need to know what you want to do.
Okay.
If you want to do this just as a volunteer, cool, you do this as a volunteer. You want to do this as a head of the movement.
How do you see this integrate with the major communication media like Bernama TV, newspapers, you have Malay Mail out there, so many media outlets. Are you incorporating, working with them?
Yes, we are. Because one of the fundamental things about anything we do, be it when I was in MDEC or now in My Harapan, is that we need to share the successes we have. The level of successes come in many, many different forms. It's not just about you becoming a millionaire in your organization, right? Buying the first car. It's about when you make a change in somebody's life, you need to celebrate that success to show that to someone else, hey, that guy can do it, so can I.
Right.
No one man can make a difference. Knight Rider.
Okay. Before we actually wrap all this up, how can your viewers or our viewers that are watching us right now keep in touch with us, with you, to be specific, you, because you are going to teach them all the skills, not me.
No, you can. The gift of the gap. So first of all, you can go to our Twitter site, Twitter page. It's at My Harapan, or you can go to our Facebook page, which is also at My Harapan.
Okay.
Or you can send an email to talk@myharapan.org.
Okay, so you will personally reply them?
The talk comes to me and to our general manager, yes.
I see. Okay. Just before we actually wrap this up, who are the people behind My Harapan, just before we go?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Okay.
Fundamentally, we met with 12 youth leaders.
Okay.
I met with 12 youth leaders over a 3-day weekend, and we sat down and we structured this organization called My Harapan you see today.
Right.
And from there, I was appointed as the chairman and as a board of trustees. We have another board of trustees by the name of Shamila.
Okay.
And 3 more board of advisors of Ashran, Lee Sing, and Ching Yi. They're all below 40.
Below 40.
They're all young.
Young.
Yeah.
They're still youth.
They're still youth. Unlike me, youth plus.
All right, that's all the time we have for you here today. Thank you very much, Encik Roslan, for joining us.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just spending so short time with us here today as well. And keep watching Bernama TV for more latest news updates all around the world and locally. I'm Fabian Narcis. Thank you very much.